One, two, three, four, five. 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 Hopefully you enjoyed it all the time.
Good afternoon and welcome to Orient Live. And what a treat we've got for you today here in the E10 studio as the O's prepare to take on Mansfield on the road. We've got a couple of legends in the studio with me. We've got Theo Archibald and Jordan Graham. Theo, we'll start with you. Lovely to see you again.
Yeah.
How's everything going? How's that rehab going for you?
It's going good. It is going well, rather, I should say. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I ran at 94% of my max speed. And the truth is, I think probably my new max speed, once I'm fully there, will be higher than what it was previously, which is credit to, well, I mean, it's, I guess, a blessing in disguise of picking up such a bad injury is that you get so much time to focus on like the leg muscles and everything like that. And I've had obviously Nathan with me, and Harvey as well now as well, who have been fantastic for me in terms of just like really pushing me in the gym, really like nitpicking at every single little thing I do on the pitch. So I'm doing acceleration work, deceleration work, and like even if I think I'm doing it right, he's giving me like he's nitpicking on every single little thing that I do, but like I need it just because like he's the expert. So yeah, we're in a good place. It's been since I was last on here a fortnight ago. It's yeah, we're making strides.
I won't claim to be a knee expert of any kind, but was your injury something you didn't have an ACL? So is there something now that you've had one?
No. It will be nothing to do with the knee. The knee is separate to that. It's to do with the bulk of my muscles. I mean, my hamstrings are stronger. My quadriceps are miles stronger because there's been so much focus on it. Because like that is what will help prevent another injury happening. You know, obviously like a good surgery will do that anyway. But this is also an advancement on top of that. So like. Yeah, it happened the first time as well. I felt like I was flying. Obviously, we had the disaster of the re-rupture, but you know, we're now looking at. I'm almost starting to count down the weeks rather than the months now, which in my head starts to get me a little bit excited.
Well, yeah, that's amazing news to hear, and a brother in the treatment room for you as well. How's it been going for you, Jordan?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. First of all, before I even talk about myself, I would like to pay a little tribute to Theo because you know, it's not easy to go through. Unfortunately for me, I've now had 3 really serious knee injuries. The first one obviously when I was at Wolves when I was younger, ruptured my ACL, which I think in a way has potentially helped Theo as well because I've been able to give him advice what I had to go through in my first rehab, and then having back-to-back completely separate injuries from the first time round, it's been a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, but first of all, I want to just say that I think, you know, the Orient fans have had a connection with Theo, obviously a lot longer than me. He's been here longer than me. And we had an instant connection when we first came to the club straight away. And I admire who he is as a person and how hard he works. And it's seeing him grow mentally, physically over the last 2 years. I'm not so sure there's many professional footballers out there that would be able to do what he's done. So seeing that firsthand, I think is really inspirational, and it's helped me in a dark time for me. I've had a really difficult 2 years as well here, which I wish it could have been different, but it hasn't been the case. But I've learned a lot about myself by watching him, and I'm sure it's vice versa. So yeah, on a personal note, I'm feeling really good. I'm slightly behind Theo, obviously having a later surgery. I've done 4 sessions now on an Alter G treadmill, which is, without boring you with the details, it's just a treadmill that takes away some of your body weight, and it's a nice natural transition from not running at all for 8 months, and instead of throwing you back out on the grass, it takes away some of your body weight, so it's like a gradual step in between. I've had 4 sessions on there, and hopefully I'll be out on the grass running, not too far behind him, maybe the first week of September, I think the plan is. So yeah, but a lot of my enjoyment recently has come from watching him, because I know that the same way he feels he's not too far away from training, I feel like I'm not too far away from getting back out on the grass.
Yeah, well, it was funny because the first injuries like were a few months apart, and so like I had Jordan for inspiration the whole way, and he helped me. Like I can't even actually, I don't have the superlatives to describe how he helped me through that. And then this time around, I mean, it's uncanny that we're both born on the same birthday, and yet here we are with the same doing re-rupturing rates. I mean,
exact same year.
Yeah, no, different year, but like yeah, we're 5th of March, both of us. So like, I mean, we've connected as a full brotherhood and a friend for life in Jordan. So anyway, yeah, but back to the point. This time around, I think obviously I'm a few weeks ahead of you, and so the roles have been sort of reversed. As much the time frame was much closer. with the tendon stuff and it being a back-to-back patella tendon rupture for you, it's very slow and very methodical. So like I move a little bit quicker because it's the ACL this time.
Yeah.
And so like we're probably like, I don't know, a couple months apart now. At least even the surgery was only 3 weeks apart. And so like, you know, that's a touching tribute that you gave to me, but like and I'm not going to be able to do better than that because this guy works on Sky all the time. But I just want to say that I reciprocate everything that he said to me, and we've been in it together, and you know, touch this nice wooden table here.
There's light at the end of the tunnel for both of us. Right?
Yeah, and we'll be back on the pitch wearing an orange shirt together again, because for the probably, I don't know, 10 games, 8 games or something that we played, we had a lot of fun.
No, for sure.
We had a lot of fun. So it's been a hell of a journey for us both. But you know, good things come out of these, you know, trials and tribulations that life throws at us, and that's the way that we've both had it. Like he's strong as an ox mentally. And helped me in my first time, and then, you know, I learned from that, and therefore the second time around I've been able to help him, and I'll be like, hey, it won't be long before you're doing what I'm doing, etc. as well. So
Appreciate it, brother.
We got this, man.
Appreciate it.
We got it.
It's absolutely beautiful to hear, it really is. And I guess it's a bit of a two-sided coin. Obviously, with the second half of the season we had last year, watching from the treatment room, did that make it a tiny bit easier, or was it just making you wanting to drive to get out there even more, reaching Wembley and the positive noises over the summer and the decent start to this season?
Yeah, I mean, from a personal perspective, it was of course, when you're out injured, you want to come back into an environment that's either A, winning, or B, they've had a really good season or a really good end to the season, and now things are starting to really look up. So, you know, it wasn't like the club finished 18th last season and it was like, oh, we don't know where we're going to be at. Is it going to be a season where we're near the bottom of the table? We don't really know. To get to, I mean, I've never been in so much pain physically off the pitch, having to watch a game of football than I was at Wembley. That one was really difficult. But saying that, I always I've said to Theo before, I try and flip the perspective on any given situation that's a negative at the time into how can I look at it as a positive. And I almost just said to myself, well, we've reached the playoff final. We've got a good group. Okay, we're going to lose some players, but with the new ownership coming in and us making so many signings in the off-season, I think we've started, and I think the proof's in the pudding. We're going to start seeing some really good performances because we've got a really talented group. So it fills me and Theo, I'm sure, speaking for him, but with confidence that we're coming back into a team that has lots of ability, still a really good spine and core. Hopefully we can add once we come back to the group and we're fit and firing, and I think I'm really looking forward for what the next 7-8 months of the season bring.
It does feel like we've almost picked up where we left off last season. A really tough opening game of the season, but since then, you know, we showed great character against Stockport, and then we showed on Tuesday, just gone, against Plymouth, that maybe not in a pretty game where we absolutely dominate and blow a team away, but we can keep a clean sheet and take all 3 points. It's all really positive signs early days.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cores Jordan's talking about, you know, with Omar and Haps have been here since the same time I've been there. They've been this sort of like the main centre-back pairing for, well, this will now be its 5th season.
Idi coming back in.
Yes,
a gap here.
Exactly. And he was part of the spine for, you know, in the 2 campaigns that he was here. Absolutely. I mean, like making so many permanent signings early and having them in is a different model to what we'd done previously. If you remember last year, it was quite a lot of like the loans first and then all of that. So I mean, like actually, like a statistic I think that Claire, our psychologist, has said the other day was that we have only 13 players from last season and 4. That's excluding you and I, because obviously we're not contracted. But 13 players from last season and 14 new players. That's a huge adjustment period. So to start the way we have done is credit, I think, to all of the staff and the players and the board for getting in the permanent players early. So I think it's a credit to the full club and its aligned vision. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into some more of this very shortly. But before we do that and before we find out today's team news, let's hear from the gaffer. It's Richie Wellens.
Gaffer, a long trip on Tuesday night, but a great win. What's your reflections a couple of days on? Yeah, a good professional performance. Obviously, the 3 points are important. We're still developing, we're still getting better. We can get so much better on the ball. But I liked a lot of the things that we've done out of possession. Our game management is getting better. And you go to a tough place away like Plymouth. I know they've not started so well, but they've scored goals. And to limit them to very few chances and at not one point in the last 20 minutes did they ever feel it was under threat. So good 3 points, important now that we kick on and we carry on with another difficult away game at Mansfield.
When you get into a bit of form, which feels like we maybe are now, do you relish those games on a regular basis?
I think once you get the first couple out of the way, especially when you're feeling good, it doesn't matter even if you lose on a Saturday, you want the next game to be pretty quick. So I think a lot of our players are used to it, experienced players, the staff are experienced. So when you get this Saturday, Tuesday, it can really spark some momentum. But at the same time, you do need to make sure that the players are rested and the staff are rested. So when you do play, everybody's focused and everybody's got that sharpness about them.
How are we shaping up off the back of it?
Yeah, there's no new injury problems. Obviously, we'll get in this morning. We'll see who's. We need to pick a fresh team. I think Mansfield have had a couple of good results, so we need to pick a fresh team. So whoever's feeling the freshest, then we'll go with that team.
Top stuff there from Richie's, but now let's take a look and see how the O's are going to be lining up for this afternoon's fixture. And there's just the one change that Richie has made with Jack Morehouse coming in for Jalang Jayasimi. But let's take a look at the full starting 11 right here for us now. So starting in goal. So number one, a clean sheet on Tuesday night for him. His first one on the road, it's Tommy Simpkin. Across the back line, Dan Happy partners the captain Omar Beckles in the heart of defence, with Craig and Adaramola in the fullback positions. Idris Elmadzuni partners Tyreek Bakinson in midfield, with Ollie O'Neill and Josh Crome in the wide positions, with that one change, Jack Morehouse occupying the 10 role. Aaron Connolly leads the line. And on the bench is Cahill, Simpson, James, White, Mitchell, Jayasimi and Abdullahi. So, I mean, I think it's probably a testament to the players that did such a good job on Tuesday night that there isn't wholesale changes. I know Richie said he wanted to freshen things up potentially, but it's more or less very similar to Tuesday.
Yeah, indeed, and I think it should be. I think the game, the Plymouth game, although it wasn't probably the easiest on the eye to watch, I was speaking to Melvin, one of our club physios, yesterday when I was outside on the grass doing some running mechanics, and he was telling me that our record against Plymouth away isn't really too good. So I think to go there and take 3 points of a team that was in the Championship last year is how you have to look at it. I mean, in terms of the season as a whole, you know, that's a really good win. I'm pretty positive that Richie will be wanting a much better performance on the ball today. And looking at Mansfield, you know, they've bounced back really well. I think they started off with an opening loss at home to Port Vale, which is a localish derby, which they wouldn't have been too... Sorry, away at Port Vale, which I'm sure would have frustrated them. And they followed that up, I think, with a home defeat as well. So they didn't have the best of starts. But then they have bounced back. They went away to Exeter and won, which we all know is a tricky place to go. And then they beat Blackpool, who was sort of out of form at the moment. They haven't started too great on Tuesday night. So they're coming off back-to-back wins. But I think that shouldn't affect the lads. You know, we've found a bit of confidence now. We've gone to a place where we've struggled to win on Tuesday night and picked up 3 points. So hopefully now we can combine winning and a really enjoyable performance, especially on the ball today. That's what I'm looking forward to watching.
That momentum's also come a bit from last Saturday in the Stockport game. That would have done wonders going into Tuesday night, and you've got to build on those things, haven't you?
Oh, mate, exactly. I mean, 2-0 down at half-time at Stockport. You know, we beat them in the playoff semi-final. Here they are, 2-0 up against us, and to come back and get a 93rd minute winner, that carries so much momentum. And I mean, like, you know, I think actually if you look at over the course of the season, it's like as long as you don't lose like to your rivals, if you can just like a point, you know, and especially in the circumstances of that game, it's fantastic for momentum. And then we go away to Plymouth on Tuesday. It's probably just about the longest away trip of the season, maybe Blackpool as well, but it's just so far away down south, some of the back end and beyond, really. To come away with that for 3 points, and then we've got another away game, it's like, well, do you know what, like, there's enough players in there who are used to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing Jack get his first start today. And Yeah, it'll be an interesting one because, as Jordan said, they'd started poorly, but they've picked up two decent victories. You know, we do our homework. Well, not myself, obviously personally, but like the analysts and the staff do their homework like due diligently, and you know, we'll find a way to like learn from how they've played in their opening 4 games, how they've won their last 2 games, and then how to exploit, you know, Mansfield today. And so I'm coming into this feeling pretty confident. I think we've got a good momentum swing in the right direction, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to get this game going, to be honest. Actually,
let's talk about Jack Morehouse in that 10 role then. We haven't seen much of him in an Orient shirt so far, but a very highly rated youngster at Manu.
Yeah.
He looks off something different to Jaisimi, who's been fantastic since coming to the
Yeah.
side. But what we have seen in short spells is that ability to drive the ball and run into spaces. It looks really promising.
well, what was interesting was I ran, as I said earlier in the show, I was running at 94% of my max speed, and then I'd asked Nathan, I was like, well, who's going to be quicker than me in the team then just now? And he said 2 players, and one of them was Jack. And that really surprised me because obviously I don't know Jack very well at all. But like I've seen the little glimmers where he comes on and he can like just like, you know, sort of weave. He's a real nice dribbler. He's got like, you know, just like he glides. He seems to glide, but he's also quick as well. So this is a huge day for him. And I'm really excited to see what he can do. Really excited. But like you say, credit to DJ because I think DJ's been outstanding, actually, to be honest. In that Stockport game, I thought he was fantastic. And obviously the Plymouth game was a difficult one. You know, there wasn't much going on in the ball and whatever, and I think he did his defensive stuff absolutely soundly as well. So we needed to freshen up a little bit. The guys need a chance, you know what I mean? We've brought in a young kid from Manchester United who is very highly rated, as you say, and so I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing what all the hype's about.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And Theo spoke about the core. You got Becks and Haps at the back. Idris is back. Bakinson's looked to settle in really nicely. And is that quality you're adding in amongst that spine? With hopefully Jack can add some quality in there, but you've got Connolly in that spine now as well.
Exactly.
I mean, what quality he has, and when you can now start looking at building that spine and evolving it, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, so it's a bit ironic because the question's about the spine, but naturally being a winger, I'm going to go off topic here and say the spine's good because when you have a team that has a really good spine, selfishly talking about being a wingers, it's a good feeling because it then almost gives you a sense of like, I can be a bit more free here because you trust that spine. So when you've got Tommy who's had a great starting goal and you've got Becks and Haps who are solid and they play a lot of games together, you've got Eddie who's been here for a long period of time, bar the year he went to Oxford and came back. You've got Aaron who's settled in really well. You've got DJ who's been on an excellent run of form. That whole middle that allows for me, I then instantly look at Josh and Ollie. That's me. And I'm like, okay, if I was playing now, I'd be looking at that going, the whole centre of the pitch is nice. Like, I'm comfortable with that. So then it gives you an extra boost of confidence of like, I think you're always a little bit more on edge as a winger when you know the spine of the team is not so settled. So it just frees you up. And I think if you could pick any 2 players on the pitch that you want to play with ultimate freedom, it would probably be the 2 wingers. So, and they've both been in really good form as well. So yeah, I think Jack's done well when he's come on. I think he's shown glimpses of what he's capable of doing, and he's only going to get better with the game time. So I think everything's coming together slowly but surely, and I think we've got the makings of a really good squad this season. I do.
Let's talk about Josh Koroma and Ollie O'Neill then. It leads us on quite nicely because you're right that they have a couple of goals for Josh. Ollie O'Neill's probably been the key to everything we've been into this season so far, and both of them have. Ollie had a lot of injuries last year, smaller ones of course, but they've both really hit the ground running this year.
Yeah, they have, and it's partly to do with what Jordan's just alluded to with the spine. But yeah, Ollie from game 1 playing on the left, 007 now. Yeah, he's just looked sharp. He's looked back to the Ollie that came in just at the time I got injured, pretty much. You know, in that January, February time when he started to play, and like he was scoring corners and doing kind of things like that. So yeah, he's looked sharp, and obviously like Josh, I don't know too well. I've actually never played against him, funnily enough. But like I know of him, and like I've bonded with him quite. We sit beside each other in the changing room and stuff. And you know, he's unknown. He was Huddersfield's top goal scorer last season. So like he gets goals at this level, and he's proving it again. So no, it's really good to see our two wide men and Aaron up front. The front three all looking pretty sharp. Gelling together quite well, and we're firing goals. Ollie's setting Josh up. Josh is scoring. Josh has got 2 goals this season now. Ollie's got another goal. He's got 2 goals this season already.
Ollie's setting Aaron up for the goal.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So like that's all great. That's what That's what the gaffer will love to see. It's
Definitely.
like all the guys in the middle and at the back, and then doing their jobs, and then boom, these 3 are like the guys that are creating for each other and scoring goals. Yeah.
And we've been speaking about the spine, and I think you touched on him very briefly, but let's look at him now. Tommy Simkin, your goalkeeper is crucial to your spine, and we'll see here. He's as for a young lad, first season in League One, he's made some really big saves and kept us in games at times already.
Yeah, he looks very assured. He's a good character. I think he's extremely mature for his age. I've had some conversations with him, and he seems wise beyond his years. And yeah, I think he's kept us in. He's made some saves in some really crucial moments. I think the one there was against Stockport, where I remember me and Theo were sat in the crowd with Coops, and I think I probably did him an injustice by saying I think the shot was at him, but then on reflection,
I argued it till the cows came home. I was like, no, that is a top save.
Yeah, it is a top save.
That's a top save.
It's a top save. No, I think it looks like a really, really good bit of recruitment from the club.
Yeah.
I think it was always going to be difficult replacing Josh last season, who had such an amazing season. But the way that Tommy started, apart from him chucking it out for a corner against Stockport, which we weren't mentioning, but we did, he's been fantastic, yeah. So, yeah, and he seems like he's a really good lad and another good addition to the group.
And he also seems, he plays so far off his line, he's basically another
Sweeper
defender.
almost,
Yeah.
Sweeper, yeah.
And then when he does have to kick the ball, it's always a pass and never just a punt.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's England under 21s or under 20s. I get confused sometimes with how the national setup all works, but there's a reason for that. He's been getting coached at an extremely high level, and yeah, like you say, he's settled in. He's settled in really, really well. He's obviously from your neck of the woods, and I totally agree. I think he seems wise beyond his years, and he's got. He's funny. He's like he's funny. He's just good. He's good about the place. You know what I mean? And I've not been able to create like a strong bond with him yet, but like I can see there's the potential there to create a really strong bond with him, and that then says to me that we've recruited a really good goalkeeper here, a really, really good young goalkeeper, and he started really well, which is the most important thing, because if we look at last year, not starting well, and immediately it just creates so much more nerves, and the fans get nervous when they get the ball and stuff. But with Tommy, it's not like that at all. So I'm delighted he's had a first good 4 games, and yeah, long may that continue.
We certainly all are very happy with that start that he's made, and the whole side of it, of course. But now, don't forget, if you're watching along live on our YouTube stream, then today you can pick up a match pass to watch along if you're an international fan, and if you're a UK follower, then you can listen along with an audio pass with Dave Victor and Matt Hiscock. Passes are available over on the Match Centre on the Orient website, and the boys will be wearing the fresh red home kit this afternoon as well, which of course is also available to purchase online and in the club superstore. Sizes for that are selling out very fast, so make sure you don't hang about and you get that one very soon. But now let's take a look and see how the home side, Mansfield Town, will be lining up for this afternoon's clash. Starting in goal for the Stags is their number 1, Liam Roberts. It's a back 3 for them with Kyle Noyle, I think it's a back 4 with Kyle Noyle in the fullback position and Jordan Bowery alongside Billy Cargill. Fraser Blake Tracy is on the opposite side of the defence. Jamie McDonnell partners Louis Reid, the captain for Mansfield. Nathan Mariah Welsh, Regan Hendry and Max Dickov play just behind Will Evans. And on the bench for Nigel Clough's men is Owen Mason, Ryan Sweeney, Luke Bolton, George Maris, Aaron Lewis, Stephen McLaughlin and Dom Dwyer. Now they're a really interesting side, Mansfield. They I think after 7 games last season they found themselves in 3rd. They won an amazing amount of games, really fast start, but then a really slow finish. I think they only won 3 or 4 of the last 22.
It was something like that.
It's a really stark contrast. But they've put it seems as though they've put aside that hangover from what was a poor second half of the season.
Well, yeah, after the first couple of games anyway, they seem to have picked it up today, but I think will be a real strong test for them, to be honest. So, like, the proof might be in the pudding today, actually, to be honest. There might not be too much to comment on that, to be honest. I'm slightly surprised Aaron Lewis is on the bench. I thought he was one of their best players last season. A friend of mine, I played with him at Lincoln. And a long-time old friend of mine, Regan Henry, I played with at Celtic and all the way through the Scotland setup up until 21s, who just signed from Tranmere Rovers. So I think he'll be probably playing in the 10. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of seeing how he's getting on with the Stags this week. But yeah, they seem to have kind of kept their core from last year. It's so difficult for him and I because like we didn't play at all last season. So like looking at this Mansfield side now, it's hard to remember exactly what their core was. But I do think they seem to have kept the majority of their core. I mean, Harrison Reed's still there in midfield, good player.
I think that McDonnell scored 2 goals in the last game against Blackpool on Tuesday night, so he'll have his confidence up. It's interesting they've changed the 2 wide players, I think. Bolton's played the last few games. I've seen Will Evans have been starting up front. They've got Jordan Barrett at the back. I think they had, it's now Fraser Blake-Tracy who might be playing at left back, but they had, I think was it McLaughlin?
Yeah, it was
that played left last season.
Yeah.
He scored a few really nice goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, but in agreeing with what Theo said, I think they've kept quite a lot of their core there, and it's a tough test going to Mansfield.
Well,
historically,
we've done well there, though. I mean, I think the last time we lost there was actually in the Kenny Jackett era.
Was that the last time?
Yeah, that was the last time we lost 2-0. I don't know if you remember it, but that Ollie Clark scored. My fault, actually. I was on the edge of the box, and like I thought we'd caught the ball, so I started running away. Just left him at the edge of the box, and he pile drived it home. We lost 2-0. But since then, Sam Sargent had his clean sheet moment, and then obviously Charlie Kelman had the double in the 3-2, which ignited the sort of amazing run that we had over Easter and stuff to actually get us into the playoffs, which got us to Wembley. I think we'll be feeling full of confidence coming to this ground today. I was speaking to Adrian about it yesterday, and he says it's a place historically where Orient do well. Yeah,
there's certainly some good memories in the last couple of seasons. I'm just going off of what you've both said, Jordan. There does seem to have that feel of confidence as we approach kick-off.
Definitely, yeah. I'm with Theo on this one. I feel really confident with this. And I mean, we both sent a little positive message into the group chat, and I said to the boys, look, it's been a long old week of travelling this week. You're not going to get many weeks in the calendar this season where you're going to go away to Plymouth and then on the Saturday go away to Mansfield. So I said, let's make the travelling worth it for the players, for the staff, for the fans that have followed the team. And you want to finish a week with 6 points, and you look back and go, all those miles down the road to these difficult away places to go and play was worth it. So fingers crossed we come away from here today, and it's been a lovely little 6 point week.
You sent that message, and I said it's time for some Saturday afternoon stag hunting.
I can confirm that's true. Actually, I did send that,
get many laughs from that one.
From me actually.
But they're all in the changing room, so they'll get it afterwards.
Well, it looks like we're set for a belter of a match here. Make sure you join us at half-time, where we'll be picking it all apart as well. And the debrief will be going live on the YouTube channel first thing tomorrow morning as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. But now it is time for kick-off, and it's time for Dave Victor and Matt Hiscock to tell us all about it.
Good afternoon and welcome to Phil Mill, where Leyton Orient have enjoyed their recent visits, winning